this one here, I am going to give a story breakdown. I just want some people who may not know me to know a little background on the history of my channel, especially from YouTube. Other channels have grown kind of after, but YouTube was the first one doing a lot of Nintendo Switch videos, custom firmware videos. It's very strange because for me, it's how I started. Now to be here, you know, I kind of don't know where I'm at, right? So it's very strange. Now, I still will do a couple videos here and there, but I noticed how the scene was changing and how Nintendo was coming down very hard on any content creator who was creating anything around Nintendo Switch homebrew, right? Now, I still will create homebrew videos, but I would no longer dabble in any way showing anyone how to run any type of custom firmware to run piracy, anything like that, because it's getting deep. And I'm going to go through, and I think everybody should tune in. Everybody should be worried, especially if you're somebody who owns a Nintendo Switch and who has dabbled in these custom firmware groups. You need to be worried, and we're going to talk about that. Hopefully, you haven't made any type of transactions in certain groups, certain financial transactions. We hoping. Okay, but we're going to dive more into the specifics because I think a lot of people need to pay attention to it and, you know, figure out if you in it or something, and you need to figure out what the hell you need to do. Nintendo has filed a motion in federal court seeking to subpoena not only Reddit, Discord, and other platforms to gather information on users and moderators involved with the SwitchPirates subreddit. Okay, Lamont, shout out. Good to see you. Okay, now they're going to subpoena Reddit, Discord, and other platforms. There are other platforms, and maybe, you know, go further down in the news here. We'll get some more specifics on the platforms. But what we know right now is that Nintendo has officially filed a motion in federal court seeking to subpoena Reddit, Discord, and other platforms, and they're going to gather information on users and moderators involved with our SwitchPirates subreddit. Now, this subreddit has been long-time hub for discussions and resources related to Nintendo Switch pirating. A lot of people have been to this subreddit, and we all know how the Switch subreddits go. You can ask any question. You will get honest answers. There will be people who will ask questions about things they shouldn't be asking about, right? Lockpick, tinfoil, and certain parts of Nintendo Switch custom firmware and things that they should not be speaking on because they want to keep these groups safe. But because of recent filings with Archbox, more has been discovered. So the motion follows Nintendo's lawsuit against James Archbox Williams, who was an alleged operator of multiple pirate shops distributing pirated Switch games and circumvention software. Nintendo alleges that Williams and potentially others used the subreddit to promote these activities. Y'all. Excuse me. Woo, that's bad work, y'all. I'm going to get to the timeline of events, but I just want to break down a little bit of that. It follows Archbox. Archbox was actually in the Switch subreddit where they talking about all the hack games, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you want to get the hack game? Hey, man, this is what you got to do. You want to get the system running. And Archbox is in there creating deals. Hey, you need your system modded. Hey, I got you. I can put extra games on there. How much you want? $350. You know, he making deals there. But that Switch subreddit is now part of this motion. And we're going to go deeper into it. This is just the beginning. Joe, good to see you. Dap me up. Joe, we'll get more into it. I'm glad you're here. You can tune in too and jump in. I want to hear your part. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Glad to hear sound is working. So, the motion follows Nintendo's lawsuit against James Archbox Williams, who was an alleged operator of multiple pirate shops distributing pirated Switch games and circumvention software. Nintendo alleges that Williams and potentially others used the subreddit to promote these activities. Potentially others. If you are someone that has made some type of deals in that Switch subreddit, just know everything is subpoenaed right now, and Reddit is probably going to give it up. Discord is probably going to give it up. In March 2024, Nintendo issued cease and desist letters shutting down several pirate shops like Jack in the Shop and Turtle in the Shop. Okay, for those who don't remember, JITS. I'm not saying the other, okay? You guys go ahead and make it out what you want to, okay? Turtle in the Shop. It's going to come out saying something else, I feel like. Jack in the Shop, though, is a very popular one. Everyone knows JITS. There were a lot of people using JITS. I, myself included, I could testify. I set up JITS on a Nintendo Switch, and it was able to connect and have the games right there. So this is something that a lot of people have used, okay? And we're going to talk deeper about pirating because a lot of you guys are dirty damn pirates, and you got to admit it. All right, we're going to talk deeper into that. I'm not going to make y'all out like a bad guy. So we go, all right. June 28th of 2024, Nintendo filed a lawsuit against James Williams accusing him of copyright infringement and distributing circumvention software. Now, this is June 28th of 2024. This Switch subreddit for Switch Pirates has already been monitored and has continued being monitored for a long time. This is nothing new. There are multiple Discords right now. If you don't know, it's being monitored. I believe I have a Nintendo Ninja in my Discord now. I don't doubt it. It's cool. Stay there. August of 2024, James Archbox Williams was served with the lawsuit, but he failed to respond, leading to a default judgment, which means Nintendo can slap whatever type of, stamp on that ass. And I tried to stay away from I hope ass. It ain't too bad. But I'm serious on this. Nintendo with a default judgment is a scary thing. And I don't know, James, why you didn't just show or have some representation show. I understand money may be an issue. And if money is an issue, then you need to find some way to appear in court. Because having that default judgment against you is the worst possible thing. And I know you think of getting there and you think of jail time and other things. But these things come front facing. Sometimes you just got to face them head on and just say what it is. All right. Now I want to get to some of the chats too, because I do have some other timeline events to go over. But Nintendo turning into the feds. What the rock? That's from my man Ty 2K. Okay. Official. All right. It's official. There's just no way, bro. I'm crying. So, Joe, also, we'll jump on in a few minutes. Hope to see you, Joe. All right, John 5. Good to see you here, John 5. Dap me up, Hairy Knuckles and all. Everybody burn up the damn chat. I want to hear how you feel on this. All right? But now we're in December 1st. But we're going to talk about it because it was actually November of 2024. Yes, it was very towards the end of the month of November. But Nintendo requested subpoenas to Reddit, Discord, Google, and others for data to identify other individuals potentially involved with piracy. Now, I want to also go ahead and state in there, and I want to go ahead and make sure. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, I may already have it here. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, I should be good. We should be good. Okay, no, we good. So, Nintendo alleges, and I'm going to give this breakdown here. Now, Joe, I'm glad Joe tuned in. I'm going to bring Joe in as well. I want Joe to say his part. And I got some interesting things to say before I bring Joe in, because Joe is one of these people that I definitely want to have chime in on this. And a lot of other people have been in similar situations, okay? And I'm curious of how the scene feels, what's going on. But Nintendo alleges that our Switch Pirates subreddit played a critical role in fostering piracy. With over 200,000 members, the subreddit allowed users to share resources, guides, and even links to illegal content. Williams, this is James Archbox Williams, a moderator of the subreddit, so he was actually a moderator of this subreddit, is accused of using it to promote his pirate shops and assist users in bypassing Nintendo's security measures. This is something he is being accused of currently. So a lot of people out there, including myself, have went to this Switch Pirates subreddit, even for information. There's a lot of times you're looking for things. To find out that he's a moderator of it makes me think that anybody that, I'm not a huge Reddit user, thank God, but anybody that is a huge Reddit user that's out there putting information or making deals, any type of financial trades may be of issue. And we're going to talk about that. So the legal filing describes how users donated prepaid Nintendo eShop gift cards and game files to sustain the pirate shops. They have all this. And we know, hey, y'all, let's be honest. Y'all remember when we was going into these groups, they're like, donate games and donate this. Hey, we was there. We was there. Let's keep it 100 here. Let's keep it 100 here. All right. Nintendo also claims that anonymous collaborators work with Williams to run these shops, prompting the company to seek third-party data from platforms like Reddit and Discord. Okay, Reddit and Discord. Not only that, there's other companies as well, but we're going to go further into that. Reddit's role is particularly critical as Nintendo believes Reddit holds key information on the subreddit's traffic, moderators' activities, and user accounts that could identify additional defendants. Y'all, do you hear me right now?
Can you dig it, sucker?
I don't think y'all hear me. We're talking about additional defendants. Additional defendants. There's possible we might not just be talking about James Archbox Williams a week from now, 2 weeks from now. We may be talking about other individuals. I've been here before. I've taken down 75% of my viewership just from Nintendo Switch videos. I've been here, believe me. This ain't nothing new to me. But I can imagine everybody else right now. I remember mod chip installers sweating. I remember Uber chips. I'm not even going to say your government. I remember Nintendo coming down hard. And you know what? I'm going to go on a little tangent real fast. I want everybody to just follow with me. Why can't video games be like movies and be like books? Why can't somebody just be able to create another copy in a digital format or another type and it be accepted? Why can't we have a video game museum? Seriously? And the video game, I think it's Video Game Foundation or Video Game History Foundation has tried this. They've been shut down by the damn government. No. We got big business shutting us down left and right. And if you don't believe me, ask the Right to Repair guys. Shout out all my mod chip installers. Let's go there. Because I'm going to talk. I've been a guy to install mod chips back on Xboxes. So let's talk. Okay? Shout out all my mod chip installers. The Right to Repair is gone, y'all. We losing it before our eyes. Ain't nothing. We got big money in pockets and we can't do shit about it. It ain't a damn thing we can do about it. Y'all, it's over. It's done. You can't find parts for your damn, if you get a part for any damn device you got right now, it's not an official part. It's created somewhere else. You know why? Because they have us by the nutsack. We have to go either pay huge amounts of money to where it's not worth it, or we're going directly to these manufacturers to fix it and they get the money back. It used to be a time where you could go to these mom and pop shops, and I thank God I was able to get my Nintendo Switch fixed from a mom and pop shop. But guess what I did to save that mom and pop shop from the trouble? I purchased a part myself because I know how hard it is to purchase parts. God damn. My bad. I went on a tangent. I told everybody I was going to go on a little tangent there. All right, I prepared everybody. But if granted, Nintendo's subpoena could set a precedent for a lot to come. And I mean a lot. And a lot of people need to be worried. I'm not worried because thank God I stepped out the scene around Nintendo Switch. Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Because right now, Nintendo, this is serious business. I'm going to give you an idea, okay? I'm going to give you guys an idea of how this subpoena could get deeper and get terrible for a lot of people. A lot of people know this subpoena is not just for Reddit or Discord. They mention other platforms. They want to attack anywhere where any type of Switch piracy conversation happens. That is Facebook, that is TikTok, that it doesn't matter where it comes from. They are attacking it. You will soon see Switch start subpoena Facebook. You will soon start Instagram, wherever these conversations happen. Nintendo has one job, and that is to stop emulation and piracy of their IP. That is it. That is it. They are coming everywhere. They are going to be on Facebook, bro. So if you have a Facebook group, be aware. It is the next step. They're already subpoena Reddit, Discord. What makes you think Facebook ain't giving it up? Everybody about to give up the data. You know why? Because it's not worth it. It's not worth the PR fight for these people. Think about Facebook. They say, oh man, we're going to protect the data of a Switch Piracy group. No, they're going to sell you out. They're going to give up the data. And what that means is conversations, instant messages, how much you're charging, how much you're doing. It can get nasty. That's just for social media platforms. I want to say this to mod chip installers. If you are an installer of mod chips, please do your business very discreetly. Because right now, we can be seeing deja vu all over again. We could possibly be seeing deja vu all over again. And for those who do not know what I mean by deja vu all over again, shall I explain? I was very much a part of speaking and talking with Team Executor members, as you see my interview with, I don't want to say his name, but y'all will see it. Y'all can go look, because my man been in enough drama. I don't want to keep saying his name, but I've talked with members, multiple members, okay? Leaders of these groups. And one thing's for certain, SXOS was something that mod chip installers were hawked down for. And I know it sounded like I was going to say how to, but they were hawked down. Like, I mean, you know, they were really coming at their mod chip installers very deeply, to the point where there were people I care about that I don't want to face any type of, you know, so state of repairs. And there's some people who are ahead of the curve. But mod chip installers, just be alert that Reddit, Switch Pirate subreddit, right now it's already gonna be it's subpoenaed. So which means if you done business there, or especially if you done any business with James Archbox Williams, just know your name will be part of a affidavit of indictment, another subpoena. It will be in there somewhere in some legal document. It will. Okay? Now, one thing that I think a lot of people do not account for, I spoke about social platforms, I spoke about mod chip installers, but I want to speak to the developers of homebrew software. This is the gray area, because there are a lot of homebrew software out there that does not in any way, any shape, form, or fashion show how to run or promote in any way any piracy for Nintendo Switch. As a matter of fact, they don't even show, some of them don't even show instructions on how to use completely. So, I want to say worry, because you guys are going to be targeted as well. It's very easy to target developers. But I think the developers will be safe. I just want to say, be aware. Be aware, okay? And last but not least, because I do want to bring my man Joe on. I want Joe to say something, because we got other topics we're going to move on to, okay? But I do want to say, last but not least, financial records. Y'all, I can just throw this. Let me tell y'all something about financial records and data. It does not lie. It's time-stamped. You cannot lie. If you mention prices, if you talked, it is there. It will forever be there. It will not go. It will be given. And hopefully, it's just not used against you. Now, this is not for me to scare you. This is just a fact. That financial record. So for instance, PayPal. Oh my Lord. How many times I could say I'm a guy that's been in these Switch Reddit groups. All right. I can tell you. PayPal is a very popular form of payment. PayPal, subpoena like that, give up those records. Simple as that. Cryptocurrency. Very simple. I'm going to tell you, cryptocurrency is a little tricky, y'all think. But now that they got James Archbox Williams, and they can backtrack from James Archbox Williams and different cryptocurrency wallets to other individuals, we got other defendants. Woo-wee. Nintendo, you have done something else. Now, I want to bring my man Joe in. Before I bring my man Joe in, I'm going to just say this. The reason why it's so nasty, Nintendo, and why a lot of people feel like you're a piece of shit, I don't want to say, I'm trying to keep the monetization good, but the reason why people feel that way, Nintendo, is because we don't want to have a cartridge for Mario and have to pull out a Nintendo Entertainment System that we don't own. It doesn't work, right? we should have the right to be able to emulate and play these games still. In the same token, I want to keep it 100 with everybody right here. And I want y'all to be honest with me. And I don't want y'all lying either. Let's be honest, because I'm going to be 100% honest. And I don't think I ever came honest like this ever live. But the reason we see so much piracy in the Switch homebrew community, or piracy in general, is because piracy is really a financial thing. It's a financial thing. People who typically pirate are not in a financial situation where they can just buy any game, right? I myself included. Not pirating now, by the way, but I was, okay? Nintendo, I was. Not anymore, all right? But I was. Games cost a lot of money. With the price of games increasing, games coming out with a game and then having DLC costing $10 every couple months, you're paying $90, $100 per game. They figured out this marketing scheme to work across consumers where we're seeing fighting games coming out across the genres and we're not getting all the damn characters. It's a nasty genre right now. It's just very bad. And Nintendo, that's why people want to be able to just see some type of video game history, some type of museum, some type of thing where we can say, hey, at least legally, we have these certain rights. And we know our rights, but we don't. It's just big business slapping down these laws of copyright and saying this is the way it is. And it's just got to be followed by. Regardless, nope, I want to see you pull out that Dreamcast. Nope, I want to see you pull out that Sega 32X. Nope, I want to see you pull out that TurboGrafx 16. Nope, I want to see you pull out that Nintendo 3DS. Nope, I want to see you pull out that TurboGrafx Lynx. Or what was it, Atari Lynx or something? I forgot what it was. But nonetheless, this is my point of what I'm saying. All right. Now, I want to bring my man Joe in.
Hey, what's going on, Nick?
What's going on, man? How you doing, man? How you doing? How was your Thanksgiving?
Good. I'm very busy at work. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, man, I was laid back chilling. You know what I mean? Usually did the work thing, but I was off, fortunately. And I know how some businesses are. Thanksgiving is a busy time.
Yeah, sorry I missed the show last week. I got so busy last week. It was crazy.
Nah, I know how it is, man. Now, Joe, I want to talk to you because Nintendo has subpoenaed for records from SwitchPirates subreddit of
200,000 people. They want to go after
200,000 people. We have, myself included, I've been there. Man, I go there for information. I might look up something. It might be, I'm having an error message.
Yeah.
Right? I go there, search up my error message. Oh, what's this guy happening? It could be multiple reasons why I'm going to this Switch Pirate subreddit. But I want to ask you, Joe, how do you feel about this overall? Nintendo subpoena Reddit, and do you feel like it's just Nintendo's going to get the records? And how do you feel about everything you know so far?
I don't think they can find a judge that will accept suing 200,000 people. I really don't think so. Maybe a couple of people, like let's say 3 or 4 people, but 200,000 people. I was talking in private chat rooms about this, what's happening. If you just count Facebook, all the members that belong to all these groups, there's not 200,000 members. Because here's the deal. Let's just say Facebook and Reddit. Facebook and Reddit, there's probably 100,000 people. Let's say Bob Smith is in Reddit and Bob Smith's in Facebook, but he's going under, let's say, James Bob or whatever. What are they going to do? Like give you a double sue? Oh, well, you've been in 2 different rooms, so now we're going to sue you 2 times. For being in different rooms and different groups and stuff. This is not going to fly. They can't sue 200,000 people.
Now, Joe, so let's say Nintendo's goal. So let me just try to play into the devil's advocate here. So let's say they don't want to sue 200,000 people, but let's say we only want to get a couple members, right? Alleged members who run the subreddit, and these members who typically, because James Archbox Williams wasn't the only moderator. Maybe other moderators that was involved, but we want to see if other people were possibly at any point distributing, modifying, or anything with Nintendo Switch custom firmware, because these were the leaders. So let's say they're the moderators. They're the top of the top. Do you think that allows for any other member under to face anything as well? I mean,
see, the problem is I'm not familiar with this guy. I never talked to him or anything. I don't even know about him. Haven't even heard about him, believe it or not. Just, slipped under the cracks. if he accepts Patreon or something, or any mention with PayPal or Patreon or money, that's the thing that Nintendo's going to hook their fingers into. I've had many people. I'm not lying. I've had hundreds of people offer me donations. I say no because I do this for the love of it and the sport of it. You know.
Yeah. And so, Joe, now I mentioned the expansion. They subpoena Reddit, Discord, and other platforms. Do you think that Facebook is next? Me and you, now you remember there's a lot
Yep.
of Facebook groups that are huge. Do you see them coming after Facebook next?
Possibly, but I don't. The one thing I don't understand is it's like they should just shut the stuff down, but they can't. Nintendo's going crazy because here's the deal. This is my conspiracy theory without going into another topic.
Let's do it.
The MIG Switch 2, I'm sorry, the MIG Switch will work in Nintendo Switch 2. That's how we're gonna hack. That's how they're gonna hack the system. They have to dump the keys, convert the keys, and boom, it's done. That's my feeling about it. And they're getting pissed off. These Switch 2s were made last year. They're sitting somewhere in a warehouse, and some guy's guarding it with an airsoft rifle.
Yeah, you know what? The
And
Switch 2 has been already produced for a while. We can agree
yeah,
to that. Everybody has said this. The hardware has been there for a while, and so I want to go ahead and say I can
I
agree.
want to say one more thing. There's one way to fix this whole problem: shut down Atmosphere. There's one way: shut down Atmosphere.
So Joe, so let's dive in on that there. So, what would shutting down Atmosphere do?
Stop everything. Atmosphere, even though Atmosphere does not promote piracy, they don't promote any illegal stuff. It's for homebrew only. LOL. If they were to break Atmosphere with an update, let's say 19.6 comes out, it breaks Atmosphere, and they say to Cyrus, I think that's the guy's name. I forget his name. I'm bad with names. Okay, we made a simple code. It broke Atmosphere. That's it. It's done. Because I can't update Atmosphere. You can't update Atmosphere. Somebody else can't update it. I'm sure there's somebody out there that can. All they have to do is go after Atmosphere. Even though they don't promote piracy, they don't stand for piracy, they don't tolerate piracy, that's what triggers everything. That's the main
Now,
operating system.
is it possible that, because I know there's been other custom firmwares out there, is it possible that there'll just be another? Same thing like Yuzu,
I
right? It's
don't
just
think.
like a Yuzu, Suzu. It'll just be continue on. It'll be a never-ending story of just, some other guy comes out there and creates another custom firmware. Just,
Yeah,
hey, here you go. Do you think it's the same?
I don't think so because Atmosphere has been out for a long time now. We haven't seen any other versions of Atmosphere or any other different types of CFW. We haven't seen it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. And I'm gonna
it's
be
not they're
honest.
afraid. It's not they're afraid to make it. I don't think other people are smart enough like that gentleman to make the Atmosphere.
All right. Now, Joe, one of the things I mentioned about Nintendo is that when they subpoena these groups, let's say Reddit, all these
Yeah.
other groups, do you think there's something specific they're looking for? Or do you think they're just subpoena for more information on possibly the moderators or something? Because to me, when I hear subpoena for a Switch subreddit, what I think is if I was a member and I spoke with somebody on it and said, hey, I'll do your Nintendo Switch for, $200. I say, cool. I pay him $200.
Yeah.
I get my Nintendo Switch back, but now I'm possibly gonna be in a lawsuit because I actually had a financial transaction that happened with a member through the Switch Pirates subreddit.
Yeah,
Is that what we're
as
seeing?
far as far as by law, the customer cannot get in trouble. It's the seller that gets in trouble. I could be
Okay.
wrong because it's nothing like super bad. I can't say it, but it's nothing like super bad where both parties get in trouble. It's a fucking video game system, you know. So they're gonna go after the installers. They're pissed off because of the installers, not mostly the installers. They're pissed over the shops.
I agree. Now, Joe, something I've thought about, and I want to get your opinion on, and we are gonna get to other topics. I know other people, but I thought for a moment, and I really thought back of my piracy journey. I haven't been much of a pirate at all within the recent years, right? And I
Well,
thought to
shame on you,
myself,
young man.
why? Yeah, right. Look, you're right. I'm like, man, I ain't in my, now I still stay in touch with homebrew, different things to run, but the Piracy saying I have it now. Reason being, yeah, I'm still playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. I've been playing that forever, right? I've been, I got these same games that I play. Xbox Game Pass, shout out to them. But I feel as though that a lot of my journey was because I was doing piracy because at one point I remember new games coming out that I couldn't buy at the time.
Yep.
Like a new Call of Duty comes out, I couldn't buy it because man, I gotta pay bills, right? I got something else. I can't just afford the $60 right now. I can't afford the 50, but it's out. And I remember the sense of urgency of wanting to have games, almost being teased by the gaming industry, if you
Yep.
will, of all these releases that I can't have because I wasn't financially able to. So piracies didn't start that way for me. It actually started with cheating and game cheats, like game genies and such, but
Yeah.
it led to that.
Sharks.
You know what I mean? And then it became a thing where, hell, I can get every game. And I started getting libraries. I started collecting. And then I seen it as preservation as
Yes.
well. You know what I mean? But it started as a financial thing to me. Does that seem to be the case for most people that dabble into piracy? Did it? Because I seem to feel like that for me as a time. Even now, I thank God I play one or two games and I'm just so busy. But
That's
if
how
I
I am.
had
Yeah.
more time to play games, I'm sure I'd be like I was years ago where I was like, man, Bioshock's out. I don't have the money to buy Bioshock when I just paid, for NBA 2K or something else. You know what I mean? And that was why. Is that a real reason for piracy? Do most people pirate for that reason, or what do you think?
Yeah, I would agree so with the cheat codes and stuff. I don't use cheat codes because I don't find them interesting unless it's GTA. Then weapons cheat and money cheat. That's the only thing I find where it's interesting. Or if we get super, super stuck on a boss, I just play games regular on normal or medium, depending. But yeah, definitely. That's how my love for modding went. Started getting the blockbuster pass, getting into cheats, then getting into game dumps, using the computer, becoming more savvy with the computer. I'm great when it comes to software. I just need to learn how to like solder, and I don't have that time. I don't have that time though. But that's where my love for computers came from. Back in the day, getting movies for free, music for free, games for free. The problem is Nintendo is such a stubborn company. You know, not going off topic, but like Sega Dreamcast, they have a new Shenmue fan game. Now imagine if Shenmue was on the Nintendo, that would be canceled. This one developer is getting like a fan made game of Shenmue on the Sega Saturn. Now imagine if that was Nintendo. Oh, we're going to get it on GameCube because it uses disc. Oh no, we're going to go after you. We're going to send you a cease and desist. Nintendo does not know what to do anymore. You know, they're so worried about the Switch getting hacked and all the piracy stuff because the Switch 2 will be hacked. That's what they're pissed off about. It will happen. It's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but it's going to happen. And they should be more concerned with Make Switch and Unlock Switch because that's the gateway to get the Switch 2 games working.
Now, Joe, last before I move on, one more I gotta ask. Video game preservation.
Super
Is it
important. I
officially
got
dead?
60 terabytes.
Now, is it officially dead? Because what we're seeing is that companies like Nintendo and these other companies, we also had, I think it was the Video Game History Foundation said what was
Yep.
it, 87% of video games you can't play,
Yep.
right? That were ever released. And do you think that they're making sure that we never have video game preservation? Like every
Oh
other
yes,
industry can get it, but video games will be the one industry that will not have preservation.
they're trying to stop preservation because they think it's piracy. But here's the deal: you go on Amazon, eBay. I'm not going to mention everybody else, but you can buy hard drives, 16 terabytes, 20 terabytes, loaded with all the classic games. If you're not computer savvy, you just want to plug it in. Like late, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. But that's what it is. If you don't have the computer knowledge, you just buy one of those for a couple of $100 and you can play all the classics. I love Neo Geo. I never had a Neo Geo system and never will. It's too expensive. The games are impossible to get. That's the only way that I'm able to play Neo Geo because you can't buy the games. And here's the deal. When Nintendo Switch 1 15, 20 years from now fizzles out, no one cares about it anymore, they're not going to offer those old titles for sale. They're not going to do it. Same thing happened with their older consoles. They don't care about it.
I'm with you on that. And Nintendo, Neo Geo was a good example because Neo Geo released, I remember, I think it was 90 something, but it released with a $600 console and a $200 cartridge. Like anytime you wanted a cartridge, it was $200. Now, just to give people perspective, for people who were not around, for the young bucks who were not around at that time, $200 was the price of a Nintendo Entertainment System console, or Super Nintendo. I mean, at that time, I think it was Super Nintendo or something else that's popular. That was literally the price of another console. Okay, so one game for Neo Geo was the price of a console. It was unaffordable to a lot of people, right? It was the first arcade at home console, right? Had arcade full games. Now you're right. Neo Geo is probably one of the most, when I see emulation on anybody's system, what they got, Neo Rage X emulator, they got Metal Gear, they got all their games loaded up. They just, oh yeah, now I understand why Neo Geo was pirated so much. But let's look at it on another lens. Would we have ever had the experience of a lot of these Neo Geo games without piracy?
Absolutely not. That's how I got into Metal Slug. Playing Metal Slug at a supermarket when I'm 4 years old. Then it finally gets ported to PS1. Forget the year when it got ported to PS1 and playing it on there. Then I got more intelligent with computers and learning how to emulate and going through the whole motions and stuff. Not a problem. Back in the day, I think it was called PC Magazine. I forget what it's called. They included emulators and ROMs. It was a PC repair magazine you could buy like in the bookstore. I forget what it's called. PC Repair, PC something or other.
Yeah, I've got, it was so many. PC Gamer, PC Repair, PC.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. But no, you absolutely correct, man. It was part of the program. You know what I mean? And like for me, I can think of so many games I never would have given a chance without piracy. Like I never would have even touched without piracy. So I don't want to even make it like I'm condoning it at the same time, because that's nasty work. I could get, I understand. But at the same token, I look at it, what was it? I think it was the Hong Kong Massacre, one of those games, right? That was out. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. All right, okay, it somehow got itself on my Nintendo Switch. I don't know how it happened, Joe. I don't know. It just popped on my Nintendo Switch, and I was like, man, I'm going to just try it. You know what I'm saying? It might have been Jits. Since they already in the court case. Might have been Jits. They might have lended it to me easy, but I clicked the button. I remember playing it, and I said, yo, this game is fire. And I just thought to myself at that moment, like, yo, I would have never gave this game one chance in hell, bro. The way prices are with games right now, wouldn't have got one chance in hell.
It's not even the money. It's the unfortunate part of buying a game. If you're a hardworking individual, which everybody is, and you can't afford everything, which everybody is, you buy the game, it's broken. Oh, I have to wait for a patch. What's the point of fucking releasing it?
Yeah, I agree with that. The patch is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, Joe. The patch is crazy. First day release, they talking about you got to get a patch. To me, it is no download patch for day one.
In your opinion, Nick, you think they're going to go after 200,000 people?
You know what? I don't believe they're going to go after 200,000 people. But I do believe they're going to go after the big fish. And if any one of those 200,000 people can give information about the big fish, any one of them, if they got anything like, hey, you had a transaction with them, can you confirm you had a transaction with them? They will contact that individual and say, hey, can you confirm that you made a transaction with James Archbox Williams? And I'm telling everybody right now, your ass better say, yes, I have. And I'm sorry. I had no idea. I apologize. I want to move on with my... You better get the best goddamn speech of your life. Get ChatGPT and just say, I need a good apology speech to Nintendo, ChatGPT. Can you please create me a good apology right now to Nintendo? ChatGPT will take care of you, man. You know what I'm saying? Take good care of you.